Welcome. Today we have this complex square root. We are asked to simplify it. To simplify this kind of complex square root is easy and straightforward. All you need to do is to watch this video to the end, so that if you come across this kind of complex square root, you'll be able to simplify it without any inch. Now let's get started. We have square root of 5 plus into square root of 96 plus 16 into square root of 20. So to solve this, we have square root of 5 plus, we can simply split 96 to make our work easier and faster. So splitting 96, that will give us 16 multiplied by 6 plus 16 square root of 20. If you look at this step very well, you will notice that 16 is common to 6 and square root of 20. In the light of that, let's try and factorize out 16. We'll now be having 5 plus square root of 16, because 16 is common to both 6 and square root of 20. So now we are having 16 into bracket 6 plus square root of 20 close bracket. Once you understand it up to this stage, let's just move on. We'll now be having, so don't forget, if you have square root of AB, that can be simply be written as square root of A separate multiplied by square root of B separate. And if you do the reverse, you have the same result. Therefore, we now have square root of 5. So we will split that 16 into 6 plus square root of 20. Now we are having square root of 16. So multiply by square root of 6 plus square root of 20. Yes, making sense. So once you are following, if you understand it up to this stage, it's easy and straightforward. Don't forget, square root of 16 is more or less like square root of 4 multiplied by 4, and that will give us 4 as our final answer. Now let's now apply this to the above expression that we have. We'll now be having square root of, so we are having square root of 5 plus square root of 16 is 4, that's plus 4. So into square root of 6 plus square root of 20. Now, once you understand it up to this stage, let's move on by doing some mathematical process. So 5 plus 4 square root of 6 plus square root of, if you split 20, you can simply write 4 times 5, because 4 times 5 will still give you 20, according to the rule that I applied earlier. That is, if you have square root of A, B, you can simply write it as square root of A multiplied by square root of B. That's the principle that I also want to apply here. So if I apply the principle here, I will now be having square root of 5 plus 4 square root plus 4 square root of 6 plus square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 5. And don't forget, so we can easily eliminate square root of 4 here to make our work easier and faster. Therefore, square root of 4 will become the square root of 2 multiplied by 2, and that will give us 2. So this one is easy and straightforward. So moving forward, I will now be having square root of 5 plus 4 square root of 6 plus, so since square root of 4 is 2, so plus 2 square root of 5. Now, once you understand it up to this stage, it's now making sense. So we have square root of 5 plus 4 square root of, you can simply write 6 as 5 plus 1, because 5 plus 1 will still give you 6, so plus 2 square root of 5. So I did that 5, so multiply by 1. I did that so that to be able to eliminate the inner square root, because with this I'll be having square root of 5 plus 4, so square root of, don't forget, if you have square root of x square is still x, because the x will cancel the square root and you are left with the square will cancel the square root, so you'll be left with x. So therefore we are now having square root of 5 square plus 1 square plus 2 times square root of 5 times 1. So if you look at this critically now, this as follows: a square plus b square plus 2ab to give us a plus b everything squared. So it's easy and straightforward for us to apply that to the above expression. So having that, if you apply that to the above expression, I will be having square root of 5 plus 4. So square root of my a will be square root of 5 and my b will be 1. So everything is squared. And that's where we cancel square. So we are able to eliminate the inner square root. So therefore now we are having square root of 5. We are left with square root of 5 plus 4 into brackets. So into bracket square root of 5 plus 1. Now it's now making sense. So what we need to do now is to write square root of 5 and use that 4 to open the bracket. Now we are having 5 plus 4 times square root of 5, that's 4 root 5, plus 4 times 1, that's 4. Yes. It's now making sense. Now we are having, so let's collect the like terms, 5 and 4. We can simply add them together. We now have square root of 9 plus square root of 4 square root of 5. So once you understand up to this stage, let's now break down this 9 to 4 and 5, so that we'll be able to eliminate the outer square roots, so that we'll get the simplified version of our complex square roots that we have as the question. So now we are having square root of 4 plus 5 plus, so break 4 into 2, that will give us 2 times 2 square root of 5. Now I want to do it that will match a square plus b square plus 2ab, that will be equal to a plus b everything squared. So what I need to do is split my 4 to 2 square plus, don't forget, square root of x square is still x, because the square will cancel the square root. Now we have a square root of 5 square plus 2 times the square root of 5. Now, after this, if you look at this, you will see that it has followed a square plus b square plus 2ab. Everything will now be equal to a plus into brackets b everything squared. So when I apply this to the above expression, I notice that my a will be 2. My b will be square root of 5. Therefore, I will now be having square root of 2 plus square root of 5, everything squared. So the square will cancel the square root, So I will now be having 2 plus square root of 5. Can you see we now achieve the simplified version of the complex square root? Therefore, from our question, this long square root of 5 plus square root of 96, so plus 16 square root of 20, everything has now been simplified to 2 plus 5, 2 plus square root of 5. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Thank you. As you subscribe to this channel, I really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.